Hello everybody, my name's Kanamanika and welcome back to the unboxing where today we are looking back at Kohei Horikoshi's Wild Ride or something, I don't know. Um, yeah, another Hero Aka video, I'm sorry. My brain broke recently, but here we are. Um, anyways, today we are taking a look at another Revoltech figure because they're a lot more deep into this figure line. As I am recording this video, it is Easter, and also people are just getting their hands on the Bakugo, so really they only have like 2-3 releases from that line, even though you're getting this in like August. So today we are taking a look at something that is more relevant to my current time frame than your guys's. That's right, we are taking a look at the Revoltech My Hero Academia. If this little paper will tear off. Mirko. Yep, I caved. I was able to get this because I found it for a decent price. I got it from Hobbylink Japan, since I got it from a Japanese seller. It was a lot cheaper. American places are selling this shit for $130. And accounting for shipping, alongside another item I ordered it with, even with, like, paying $30 for shipping, it made this, like, cheaper. Because it was only, like, $80. Which seems far more worth it to me. But we'll get there. Anyways, I guess let's jump right into this, figure. It is, as a side note for, like, designers, I forget their name, I should have checked right before recording this, but it is, sculpted by the same person who did the, Uraraka, from, Revoltech. It's not, Katsuhisa Yamaguchi, who does the amazing Yamaguchi figures, even though he has recently been working with other people to get it done, whatever. Anyways, it's by that one, like, Twitter person, who did this, who did, the erotica, and is also going to be doing their, Togahimiko, or Himiko Toga, whatever, I'm bad at names. But yeah, I am part also got it because this was very impressive, honestly. Given its, like, small size, it's a very nice figure. And I wanted to check this out to see if it was, like, just as nice. Anyways, speaking of the packaging, it's this kind of modern Revoltech packaging that we saw previously in literally the last video, I imagine, with this large black bar that just says Revoltech. It says the name of the figure there, Mirko, 60th anniversary of Kyoto, and the Kyoto logo right there, as well as a kind of banner logo that shows a promotional photo of the figure. In this instance, it's Mirko doing a big kick, because she has rabbit legs or something. On the top of the banner, somewhat continues, you can see her ear poking out right there. It says the My Hero Academia logo right here, Revoltech, Mirko. We know this. Yeah. On this side, we get the Kyoto logo. I believe this says Mirko, Revoltech right there, and two of her different expressions. On this side, you get another render of the image, or of the figure, sorry. This time in more of like a chill jump. Revoltech Mirko. At the bottom, you get legalese QR codes you can scan to, I guess, go to their website. Though that doesn't really apply to us here in America because you can't order from there. Revoltech. On the back is where most of our promotional images are going to lie. We've got Revoltech Mirko from Toho Animation, the seal of quality that shows it's not a bootleg, a standard image of the figure saying it's 140 millimeters tall, all of the accessories, which are fairly light. We'll get to that. That's part of why I didn't want to spend $130 on this item, as well as a bunch of different posed images of the figure from the promotional reels, as well as all the legalese, MHA logo. But without further ado, let's get right into this figure. Anyways, as we saw before, it's got some tape on the top. It's very similar. I imagine this is just Revoltech's packaging now, where it's got this kind of like compound flap. I imagine to use less cardboard, which I appreciate. On the inside, this one is blue. I don't remember what the inside of the Uraraka's was, but at the top, we have a small instruction manual. It's made of a less glossy paper than Urarika's, and it's also smaller because there's less to worry about with Mirko, because she's a much simpler figure, at least in terms of accessories. Anyways, let's get her out of the package. Anyways, yeah, very similar setup to the Urarika packaging-wise. We've seen this before. Yeah, it shows you everything that the set comes with. Anyways, let's get the clamshell off. And let's take a look at everything the set comes with. First off, to get out of the way, it comes with one basic Kyoto Revoltech stand. That is very loose. Oh my goodness. It is tightenable. Can I use this to tighten it? Let me see. I'm gonna tighten it off screen. Anyways, how are you guys doing? I hope you are doing quite well. Oh yeah, this works. I should probably use a tiny screwdriver because I'm sure I'm stripping the screw. It's already a little bit tighter. Yeah, if it comes loose like that, shit like this is always tightenable. Yeah, that's nice and tight, and that's nice and tight. But the middle screw, for some reason, loose-goosey as all get out. Oh, I am loosening it again. Anyways. No, sorry, I don't want to loose stand, I guess. Sorry, this is all quiet. I'm busy in the tightening stages of the stand, so you can see what I'm doing, and I'm doing it very poorly, but... Yeah, there's like a nut on the back and a screw on the front, and I am just poorly doing this. Like, oh my goodness, I'm very bad. I should move on from this. But I'm not. It's like, yeah, you see it should be a little bit deeper, but it's not. I should be doing this later. I don't know, skip ahead if you think this is a bad use of your time. I'm sure I can use a different stand arm if I need to. But Jeebus, yeah, this one is borked, it seems. Yeah, anyways. Just keep that in mind, that might be how your stand comes. Yeah, I've had some weird QC on Revoltech stands. So yeah, just keep that in mind, I guess, as you get some of these stands yourself, and it just plugs into the base right there. That's a little disappointing. And it's really tight going in there. Fucking hell. Anyways, I'm just getting really obsessive over this. Anyways, I shouldn't. Anyways, other accessories. She comes with a set of hands, all on a nice little sprue, which is always appreciated. She comes with one pointing finger hand. I kind of wish we came with a pair, but that's fine. Two of these, I guess, kind of like slightly inward posed hands. They're for like rabbit ears or something. She has some splayed out hands. I believe she has fists on her already. And then she has this set of grappling hands. All of them are done nicely. They have nice glove detailing, which is always appreciated. I always love when gloves look like gloves and not just painted hands. But they do it nice and well. You can see like the little seams, and it's all executed quite well as far as gloves go. Anyways, I'm going back to this. Anyways, we also get something that'll matter when we get to the rest of the hairs. An extra, or faces, whatever. An extra hair piece. This is hair swinging in the like air for when she's like doing more action poses, which is always nice and appreciated. You can see the little bits of her eyelashes there, which are interesting. I'll see how they look, at least to me, but I do like that we get some nice posed hair, especially for long-haired characters. It's nice to have options like that. Now, in terms of faces, she comes with 5. Again, for this sculptor in particular, the faces honestly have really sold me on their figures and the looks that they give them. Anyways, let's move a little bit inward. First off, let's look at this one. This one's kind of a chill, smiling face, which is always nice to have. A nice neutral expression, and it is painted and sculpted very well. It has the kind of sculpting that this character has, and most female characters in Hero Aka have. But also it's painted very nicely and makes it look perfectly like her from the series. Skin tone is also very nice. I think they chose it quite well, and it looks very good. Anyways, next face will be one of her battle faces, I think. Let me check. No, it's just her smiling face. No, I mean, I guess you could say it's a battle face given her usual demeanor. Yeah, it captures, again, her look very well. A nice open mouth. It's painted very well as well, especially the mouth. It doesn't look sloppy at all, and like the eyes look good, the eyebrows look good, the mouth looks good, everything looks good. I hope it's coming off well on camera. Anyways, next up is one of her 2 angry faces. She has, looking to the side as she kicks to the side, a more deranged face, I guess we'll call it. I mean, not to say that she's like whatever, but like she very much does have this like gleeful wrath to her, which is very fun as faces go, and I think they captured that emotion very well on these faces. And it's nice to have one looking at the side, especially since we also get a version of essentially the same face looking forward. It's nice to have both as options. I generally prefer looking forward, but having the option to look to the side is good when there is the looking forward option. Again, very well done. Very nice subtle sculpting. Very nice paintwork. Yeah. And then finally, we have this smug look, which is giving all alone on a Friday night. God, you're pathetic. It reads very well, is full of fucking personality. There's like a little bit of slop, but I could probably just scratch that off. I'll deal with that later. But yeah, very nice indeed. I like how it looks. However, that's all the accessories. And very light on accessories. This figure's not worth $130. Like, oh my god, you pay like it's already stretching 80. Mainly made up for in how good I've seen the figure be, but don't pay $130 for this thing unless you are really dedicated. However, now we get to take a look at the figure itself, wrapped in a fucking cocoon. Let's poke the ears out and then pull her out, and she's got a little bit more covering her hair. This is nice to stop like paint slop. 1 down, 2 down. And here we have the figure. Once again, I felt similarly to the erotica, and while this is somewhat less the case here, this figure feels very dense. There's like a weightiness to it that, like, in comparison to like even something like this also feels fairly dense, all things considered, but like for like the amount of space that it carries, this feels fairly dense, all things considered, which is always appreciated. It does look very nice. Mine doesn't feel too tight, which is nice. I've heard QC issues with the figure itself in feeling too tight, especially in like the torso area, but mine feels nice. We'll get to the articulation a little bit later, but again, we have a smiling face that's looking forward here on the base of the figure, which is always nice, and her straight down hair option, once again, very well done. I didn't realize until like looking at stills of like the manga and the anime that these were meant to be eyelashes, but whatever. The bunny ears are also sculpted very nicely and painted very nicely. I kind of wish there was a little bit more tuft there, given what I've seen in like media, but it works fine. It does read as Mirko. As you can see, she has her collar. She has her leotard look. It makes her honestly look like a professional wrestler. I think that also is thanks to like the musculature throughout the figure, especially in the legs. But she I guess like the specific expressions that she uses, but it reads very wrestler, which I honestly quite like. And again, also kind of sold me on the figure. I'm gonna save a certain joke that I had in mind thinking about this figure for if I ever do a review. Let me know if I should in the comments below. If you've gotten this far and gotten through the gauntlet of me trying to tighten a stand and fail to tighten a stand. Anyways, oh, those are tight. There we go. Yeah, the small details are also painted very nicely. There's not too many small details here. It's mostly normal paint, but the small details such as these little blue ribbings around like the shoulders, the moon crescent shape, the little especially this like weird little waist thing that's on her costume, like the little metallic thing with the yellow lines, all painted very cleanly, at least on my copy. It looks very, very nice. Looking at her back side, as you can see, the hair is jointed so it can get out of the way, which I fucking love. Allows for more expressive posing and just allows the hair to get out of the way, which is always appreciated. A lot more plain of a look on the back. There's a little bit more paint slop on the back, but not by much. And she has her rabbit tail, which is nice that they included that in the sculpt. There's a little bit difference, I think, from tones here. Like, I don't know if it's like different plastics or like that's painted, that's not. But like there's a little bit of difference in tones from the thigh to like the waist piece. But it's not too noticeable. Like there's slight tonal differences in plastics, but it's not super noticeable unless like you're being really, really picky. It looks nice. And then the thighs, there's also a lot of different texturing, like the thigh highs, the boots, the whatever the fuck these should be, because like they're kind of attached to the feet and like as like really, really tall boots, but like they're also very skin tight. Whatever. I don't know. Yipes. They are sculpted very well, and they have like a shinier sheen in comparison to the much rougher texture of everything else, and like the clothes have a slightly different sheen from the skin, and like the hair has its own sheen. It all looks very nice, but getting into the articulation, which is honestly, I've gone over a lot of reasons for why I picked this up, but the posability is also a large reason why. So head has its limitations due to a mixture of the long hair and the collar. Can look down, though, fairly well, and look up very nicely, especially thanks to the hair being on these like Revoltech joints, these like disc hinges, and can also tilt side to side very well. That's always nice, and I believe it's a dual bolt. It's got to be like there's like a ball joint here, a ball joint there, and like a ball joint down there. Anyways, her shoulders are on butterflies of sorts, but her chest does get in the way. of going too far across, unfortunately, but I mean, I get it. But there is some butterflying there. Moving it upward, her shoulders are able to get really nice and high up, which just allows for even more expressive posability. It looks very nice and poses very well. There is a swivel around the shoulder. There's not like a shoulder cut, or like a bicep swivel. It's like a shoulder swivel, but it does work. It's a little bit limited, but it works for what you need. I imagine thanks to this being a Revoltech joint, you also get a swivel up here and down here, but you also get about a little bit greater than 90 degrees of bend, which works. I kind of wish there was a little bit more, but it's fine. The cuff is a separate piece from what I've seen, and it can swivel if you need to, but then you have a swivel hinge swivel at the wrist peg. You know how these work. Anyways, let's get to the torso articulation, which is good. So going forward, this upper joint doesn't go forward too much, but it does go back really far. And it tilts side to side really well. And then this does move forward. I just needed to stretch it a little bit. Going forward, we're basically able to go all the way. Going backward, it's about working these joints together. Going backward, it's not able to go quite as far, but it's able to go quite well. There is going to be gappiness, but I don't mind. I'm posing the figure. It's fine. It's able to swivel here at the waist, and it's able to go even more side to side. That's an expressive torso, which is wonderful. Kicks, able to kick forward, 90 degrees. Back is limited by the butt sculpt, and it's able to go out basically all the way. Thigh swivel, it is there, it is very tight, but it is also hidden very well by the sculpt. This is a primo thigh cut. Great choice. Double jointed knee, which is very interesting given that this is Revoltech. That's squeaky. Able to get about that far. Very nice. No real like extra articulation at the thigh, unfortunately, but there is a swivel, hinge, swivel and hinge there at the foot. It also has an ankle rocker, which is very strong. It's also very tight. And then a toe bend, which I feel is kind of obvious and also necessary because of these feet, but they are there. So yeah, Mirko, good. I don't think it's $130 good, unless you are a big fan of Mirko and really want to pay like scalper prices. But going to a Japanese retailer, getting it for about $80 to $100 with shipping, I don't think that's a bad call at all. This is a very fun figure. Just keep in mind that your stand might come borked, like mine. I don't think that's enough to really dissuade my opinion of the figure too much, but it is unfortunate. Especially given that I do want her to get into the air. I'm going to try to see if I can fix it properly off camera, but yeah, I do recommend Mirko, though. A very good figure. At least on first impression. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope it was good. I'm sorry for, like, the bit of, I guess, fucking around earlier. I guess we'll call it. Yeah, I hope you enjoyed. Let me know what you think of doing videos like this, or reviewing these with likes, comments, subscribes, all that usual stuff. Let me know if you want to see more like this. If you want to see more videos, do subscribe. I always appreciate people sticking around and enjoying the channel. It helps to motivate me to keep making stupid videos like this, and hopefully higher quality ones. Hopefully by the time this is out, I might have made a new production. I have ideas. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed this little video, and I hope to see you next time. Bye-bye!